this world full of contrasts and opposing advice, where the pressure of work constantly collides with the demands of modern life, the Swedes have found an escape. We've spoken before about Sweden's secret to a sweeter life, the lake, in a previous video. But today, we're diving into how this very concept translates into beauty. Swedish philosophy, with its emphasis on balance, has spread across the Nordic countries in recent years. The stereotype of cold, indifferent Scandinavians might hold some truth, but what they truly value is moderation, finding just the right dose of everything. It's all about avoiding excess, but equally avoiding restraint. It's a delicate balance, and understanding how to perceive and act accordingly is what leads them to happiness and well-being. This middle path is the key. Swedish women in particular seem to have mastered the art of balancing beauty both inside and out. Their carefully considered choices result in a harmony that many could envy. Walking down the streets of Stockholm, it's clear to see the results of this virtue. You can feel the balance of the Swedish way of life in the people, the environment, and yes, even in their appearance. Vitruvius, the Roman architect whose theories have shaped the field of architecture for over 2 millennia, said there are 3 conditions for good design: firmness, utility, and beauty. It's not just about the aesthetics, though. It's about the inseparable link between the interior and the exterior. Preparation, respect, and yes, even the way you present yourself to the world. This is how Swedes live their lives, where everything else feels almost unnecessary. Maybe that's why in Sweden there's no need to express the obvious. Silence is valued. The ability to stay quiet and still is a sign of maturity, the kind of maturity that reduces stress in an already stressful world, without troubling others with unnecessary words or gestures. This isn't just about avoiding the noise, it's about being in control, something we can all learn from, especially in a world that seems to get louder by the day. The Swedish approach teaches us that sometimes not saying anything is the most powerful thing you can do. the Swedish ethos is all about eliminating the excess. It's about understanding the value of subtlety in life, in conversations, and yes, even in relationships. Where others might overcompensate with words, Swedes let their actions speak for them. And walking through the streets of Stockholm, you can almost feel the presence of this quiet confidence. The streets seem to hum with the silent strength of a people who have perfected the art of living well. As the sun begins to shine brighter in Stockholm, there's an iridescent glow that's almost magical. The blonde-haired residents, who seem like they were born for this city, reflect the light in a way that feels just right. This is the kind of understated elegance you won't see anywhere else. It's as though nature itself is aligned with the Swedish way of life, and their approach to beauty and well-being becomes one with the landscape. As we continue walking these streets, sharing them with you, we can't help but think of what's next. The first Nordic summer is just around the corner, a spectacular season where everything seems to fall into place. The evening settles in over the royal garden in Stockholm. The cherry blossoms are in full bloom, creating the perfect backdrop for a feast for the eye. It's moments like these that remind us that life can be simple yet incredibly fulfilling when you strip away the excess. The beauty of Sweden isn't just in its landscapes or its people, it is in the way they live, the way they've found the perfect balance between the internal and the external. Let's take a moment to reflect. Could it be that in our rush to conform to a world that seems to be losing its bearings, we've forgotten the simple joys of living well? Sweden's example calls us to reconsider our priorities. It's a call to find balance, to recognize that we too can live with purpose and elegance without all the noise and distractions. It's not about being perfect. It's about being right. And right in this sense means finding the harmony between the demands of life and the joy of living it. I hope this brief look at life in Sweden has given you something to think about. Has it sparked a little curiosity, a little inspiration, perhaps? If you've enjoyed this glimpse into Swedish life, subscribe to the channel and we'll continue our journey together. There's plenty more to discover.